Okay, good morning. We are here to look into the matter between Mars versus Mars. Is the plaintiff and the defendant here?
Yes.
Okay. Today we are not here to decide this matter. I can set a court date for you, but at this time I would like to offer you mediation. We have mediators here in the courtroom available. It's a free service. You can go out and try to mediate this today instead of waiting for a court date. I would recommend you try mediation to resolve the issues. Otherwise, I can set it for trial, like I said. If the mediation doesn't work today, we can return to this issue back to the courtroom for judgment at a later date. So do we want to mediate and try and mediate today?
I'm open to trying mediation.
Okay, that's fine, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, mediators, here's the warrant and debt. Best of luck to you. I hope not to see you next time.
So she called me at like 2:30 in the morning, and I had been drinking and everything, and I was like, but hey, you know, I'm not gonna turn down.
I've
some,
had
you know,
those nights.
Exactly. So I mean, it was all about having some good times, you know, and everything, and it was game on after that. So, I drove.
But
over
how many drinks was there involved?
total? God, I'd say 12 or 13.
Sounds like my
shots.
kind of
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So,
So who are you, and what's going on?
Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Anthony. This is Connor.
Pleasure.
Hi.
Bruno.
Brad.
We are here to be your mediators. We do have quite a few years of experience now. Our background does come through George Mason University. We've held over countless mediations within the Prince William County court system. So we do appreciate that you're here today. This is 100% voluntary, and we are hoping that we are here today to come to a resolution with something that we can live with.
no, we do have some rules that we have to follow, which those kind of go along the lines of confidentiality, like can't say certain things, or else we can go tell people, if you say something funny, we might tell our friends because it's funny, but we're not supposed
true.
to. It happens,
Yeah.
you know.
That's fair.
Also, we're not lawyers, but so we can't really offer legal advice. But at the same time, I'm a pretty big fan of Law and Order, so I know what goes on in the courts.
Yeah.
And Al over here, #1 fan of Judge Judy.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is
so,
definitely true, because she keeps it real.
She does.
Exactly.
So Connor has a few formalities that we need to go over.
Right, real quick, everyone, just want to ask if we can take some notes. That'll be strictly confidential. They will not leave this room. Everything in the mediation is completely confidential, except for a few exceptions. If there's a threat made, there's a crime or a report of a crime or child abuse, we will have to report that. And this agreement made in mediation can affect your legal rights. So if any time you want to step outside and talk to a lawyer, if you want to stop and consult with a lawyer before continuing, we understand. And we are here by the Supreme Court. This mediation is free, which means that we have your best interest in mind and come to a resolution.
Brad and Bruno, are you willing to mediate with us today?
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you could sign this document real quick and we'll get started.
You guys are gonna sit there. We're gonna tell you how this is gonna roll. You're gonna talk. You're gonna talk. We're gonna help this out, speed it along. You wanna get out of here. We wanna get out of here, and it'll be great.
Thank you for agreeing to mediation. Before we start, we like to make some ground rules to keep this environment like a safe place to discuss in, to really try to get down to it. So as an example, confidentiality is the one ground rule that we like to hold on. So with that in mind, are there any ground rules you guys would like for us to write down and keep in mind?
I don't want him to roll his eyes at me. He always does that. He's done it since we were kids. It drives me nuts.
Are you okay with not rolling your eyes, Brad?
I cannot roll my eyes at him. That's fine.
Would it be alright if we all agree not to roll our eyes for the sake of the mediation?
I can do it.
Sure.
Perfect. Is there anything else we would like to write down for ground rules?
Yeah. Can we shy away from the pointing?
I think we can do that. Is that alright with you, Bruno?
Sure.
Alright, no pointing. Anything else before we move on? Get started. Brad, as I understand, you're the plaintiff, so if you'd like to share why we're here today.
Sure. So, do you have to stare at me?
Sorry.
Essentially, I want my dog back. I feel like he's hijacked my dog. Our dog. And I would like my dog back since our parents can no longer take care of them. That's it. That's the whole thing. They're moving. They can't take the dog. Why does he get her?
So, we've had Maggie since we were kids. He's been gone for years. You know, Maggie likes me more. We've always been closer in the family. I treat her like a member of the family. Pretty much, you know, I think I should stay with the dog because the dog likes me more. And he's been gone doing, you know, college and stuff, which is fine. But the dog isn't a part of his life anymore. You know, even when he comes home, you know, the dog's mine.
So it sounds like you really have a lot of, a very strong connection with this dog that you've been taking care of for a while Brad has been off in college, and you feel like it's unfair for him to just come back and try to take this dog that you feel like you've had so much time with.
Yeah, and you know, I'm looking for what the dog wants also, and I think that Maggie wants to stay with me.
Bruno, would you mind letting us know why you think that the dog is happier with you?
Yeah, of course. You know, the dog is happier with me. We do all these dog things like I mentioned, and that takes time. That's time out of my day. But I care about Maggie, and I just don't think that he has even close to the amount of time to dedicate to Maggie that would make her happy.
Is that true that you don't have enough time for Maggie?
That is way less true now than it has ever been before.
All right, so Bruno, how do you feel about hearing now that he does have some time on his plate?
Well, I know from what we've discussed is that his job he's going to have to travel for anyway. So he's not even going to be around for weeks at a time, is what I've heard. So what's going to happen with Maggie then?
You think I'm not going to take her on runs? I'm going to take her on runs or walks. I think she's going to have to need walks at first because she's a little bit heavier than I left her.
She's a healthy dog.
She's a hefty dog.
Okay, so we are making progress here though. An offer was just put on the board about sharing custody of the dog, splitting it up. And from what Brad was just saying is that in 2 weeks he'll be able to really start seeing in advance, you know, when he will have time and that he always won't have time. But it sounds like he's willing to at least share the dog. So how are you feeling about that? So in 2 weeks, Brad, you will know whether, or you'll start to see with at least a month and a half in advance when you'll be sent off for about a month.
Yeah.
So it seems like when you're gone for a month, that's when then Bruno would be able to take care of the dog for that month.
Yeah. We can round it up.
It's her favorite food.
I don't
Real
care.
quick, you guys, I just wanted to just go over the ground rules real quick again. I mean, we talked about not cursing. It'd be great if we could all respect that. I understand. Did we?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that
Good luck.
it's very tense, and you know, some things slip out, but if we could just be mindful of that.
You want what's best for Maggie, right?
Of course.
You want her to live, like, for a while, longer.
Yeah.
She's only 8. Like, she's got some years left if we treat her the right way.
Yeah. You could be put on a diet. You know,
That would be
I
great.
want her to be healthy also.
Okay.
And if you're willing to buy the food, then
Yeah.
I can do that.
That absolutely.
Awesome. It sounds like we've made a lot of progress here. So it seems like we might be able to start writing up a resolution here. So it seems like we have come up with an agreement. Bruno will get Maggie when Brad is gone for a month plus 2 weeks. Then Brad will have Maggie for the rest of the time when he is at home. And on top of this, we agreed on a diet where Brad will provide the food for Maggie. Does that sound agreeable?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Perfect. If you want to just sign this document.
You can go ahead and jump into this so we can get out. So Bruno, why don't you go ahead and tell us why we're all gathered today?
Sure. So I have our dog Maggie. She's been living with our parents who can no longer take care of them. So I want to continue my possession of her because she loves me more.
Whoa. No, there's no way she loves you more. No.
Why don't you guys just shut up? And we can just kind of tell you how to do this because he's got plans.
Yeah.
I've got plans.
Jesus Christ, why don't you just relax, all right?
You don't treat Maggie like a member of the family.
I treat her like a dog because she is, wait for it, a dog. Got 4 legs and a tail. Long fur. You know what she eats? Dog food.
Maggie's been a part of our family since we were both kids.
And she wasn't heinously overweight until you started taking care of her.
Yeah, well, Brad, have you ever put your brother Bruno in a position where he would be irresponsible with the dog and lead you to some kind of concern?
No, absolutely not. Why would you ask that?
Well, the thing is, like, I think he's just asking, have you ever, like, abused the dog? Something of that nature.
No.
Or like a child?
Neither. I absolutely have not abused a dog or a child. I'm not. How is this relevant?
How about you guys split custody with the dog?
I don't accept this.
50-50, I mean 50% with you, 50% with
No.
you.
Why
Agreed, let's get out.
Why are you
Yeah.
taking his side? I don't want him to have.
Listen, it's
the dog.
Friday, all right? I'm just trying to get out of here. Like I said, I got a concert to get to.
That's not gonna happen.
First of all, Brad and Bruno, you all came to us. We're here to solve your problems. So let's just hurry up, get this over with, agree, write it up, and we can get out of here.
No way. Why are you taking his side? I have Maggie now. I want to keep Maggie. This is stupid. You guys aren't helping at all. We're not gonna reach an agreement. You guys are totally on his side. I don't feel like this is fair at all. I'm done.
Well, I mean, I'm done as well if you want to be done.
Well, then leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is stupid. I'm leaving.
Skedaddle. Take your stupid shirt with you.
So I win.
Yes, I would say you probably win.